I'm Liyana Hassanel and this is Nightline, the top stories. New 8% sales and service tax won't cover water bills and 85% of electricity users. And Court of Appeal reinstates Muhyiddin's criminal case involving 232 million ringgit. Good morning. The Court of Appeal has reinstated the criminal case against former Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin after his 4 charges of power abuse involving 232.5 million ringgit were previously struck down by the High Court. A panel of 3 judges, chaired by Justice Datuk Hadaria Said Ismail, said in its unanimous decision that the High Court had erred in law when it ruled the charges were defective. Justice Hadaria said the charges were unambiguous and there was no necessity to give further particulars. Deputy Public Prosecutor Datuk Wan Shaharuddin Wan Ladin then informed the court that the Sessions Court had set March 4th for mention for the prosecution to inform the development of its appeal. Last February 15th, Sessions Court Judge Azura Alwi granted the prosecution's application for a stay of proceedings of money laundering case pending its appeal over the striking out of the abuse of power charges against the former Prime Minister. Muhyiddin was charged with using his position as Minister and Bersatu President to obtain bribes amounting to 232.5 million ringgit from 3 companies for the party. In addition to the 4 charges, Muhyiddin was also charged with 2 counts of receiving proceeds from unlawful activities amounting to 195 million ringgit. Muhyiddin was also charged at the Shah Alam Sessions Court on March 13, 2023 with receiving money from illegal activities amounting to 5 million ringgit. The Finance Ministry has announced the details of its tax reforms, which included an increase in sales and service tax SST from 6% to 8%, effective March 1st this year, and expected to generate an estimated additional 3 billion ringgit in revenue. It said that the new rate only focuses on discretionary activities and business-to-business services and will therefore shield the public from paying higher consumption tax for key essential services such as food and beverage, telecommunications, parking and logistics. In a statement on Wednesday, the ministry said to truly transform the economy, the government has taken a measured approach to reform the tax system. While it is important for the government to raise its revenue, it said there is a balancing act that we have to consider between improving the tax base and cushioning the rakyat from any undue burden. Second Finance Minister Senator Datuk Sri Amir Hamzah Azizan said it is necessary to broaden the tax base to realign and strengthen the National Fiscal Foundation to set the stage for a new era of economic growth under the Madani economy framework. At the same time, he said the ministry will continue to take on a whole-of-government approach to right the economic trajectory, including being more prudent in spending, reduce leakages, and attract foreign direct investment (FDI). The ministry also announced that the service tax is only applicable for electricity usage above 600 kilowatt-hour, which will not affect almost 85% of electricity users nationwide. Water supply services will also be exempt from the tax. Meanwhile, Putra Business School economic analyst, Associate Professor Dr. Ahmad Razman Abdul Latif, said that the decision on water supply services and electricity usage is likely to have minimal impact on consumer spending patterns.
It might not look significant, but when you look in another way, it represents 30% of total allocation for sumbangan to the Rahmah for 2034. So the objective is really on how to source for additional revenue to help those in need, but at the same time not affecting the majority of the population.
Razman said that the strategic approach aligns with the overarching goal of social equity and economic stability, ensuring that the burden of additional revenue generation is distributed thoughtfully across the economic spectrum. Malaysia and Uzbekistan have expressed their commitment to enhance cooperation, specifically focusing on expanding trade, investment and strategic relationships. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim stated that this was among the topics discussed during the courtesy call by Uzbekistan's Foreign Minister Bakhtiar Saidov on Wednesday. In a social media post, the Prime Minister said that in the meeting, that was also attended by Foreign Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Hassan, they discussed efforts to enhance Malaysia-Uzbekistan bilateral cooperation and on regional issues as well. At the same time, they also exchanged views on regional and international issues of mutual interest, including cooperation within the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, the situation in Gaza, and developments in Afghanistan. Anwar said he believes that the meeting will strengthen and further enhance cooperation between Malaysia and Uzbekistan. Saidov is currently on a 3-day official working visit to Malaysia starting Tuesday, marking its first visit to the country as Foreign Minister of Uzbekistan. In 2023, Uzbekistan became Malaysia's second largest trading partner in the Central Asian region.
Small enterprises, big dreams. How to shape small businesses into pioneers of change and adaptability in the modern landscape. How to propel small businesses into a dynamic era of resilience. Small Businesses Reimagined with SME veteran Dr. Michael Kang and economist Professor Jeffrey Williams this Saturday at 5 p.m. on TV3 and stream on Tonton.
Media Prima Berhad, MPB, Malaysia's leading and largest integrated media group, posted a net profit of 26 million ringgit on 437.7 million ringgit revenue for the 6 months ended December 31st, 2023. During the second quarter alone, group revenue grew 5.0% to 223.8 million ringgit against the immediate preceding quarter. Dr. Syed Hussein Al-Junaid said its resilience in the face of industry challenges is testament to its commitment to deliver value to its shareholders. Building on the momentum, MPB implemented several key initiatives under its strategic plan. These include the launch of the Digital Tower series at Jalan Cheras by Big Tree and the upgrade of static assets to the new Digital Tower series at Persiaran Surian. Big Tree posted a 7.0% revenue increase in the current quarter against the immediate preceding quarter, demonstrating the rising demand for out-of-home advertising. MPB also recorded a significant increase in its digital following among its brands. Rev Media Group surpassed over 100 million total followers as of December 2023, solidifying its position as the nation's leading digital publisher. MPB's Group Managing Director, Rafiq Razali, said the company is pleased with its performance and the progress it has made towards achieving its business plan objectives. He said MPB remains committed to delivering high-quality content and pioneering innovative solutions to stay ahead in the ever-evolving media landscape. Plantation and Commodities Minister Datuk Sri Johari Abdul Ghani wants to make the country's plantation sector on par with foreign countries. He said the plantation sector plays an important role in attracting foreign investors and strengthening the industry.
Saya nak tengok bahawa setiap ladang kelapa sawit kita, contoh, mestilah ladang yang bertaraf dunia dari segi kita mentadbir. Okay. Iaitu bertaraf dunia ni ikut dalam kita punya konteks. Kita punya certification tadi adalah merupakan salah satu daripada strategi. Kita nak semua kena comply. Ya, satu. Nombor dua, bagaimana kita tengok orang kalau be proud tu kerja kat ladang. Kita kena tukar ni. Tak boleh lagi tengok kerja ladang ni satu benda yang dia orang panggil tak cool lah. Tak cool, tak boleh. Kita nak tengok kerja ladang ni adalah satu sumber pendapatan dan juga satu pekerjaan yang boleh turn you sebagai entrepreneur.
He said this on the program Ruang Bicara late Wednesday. In the meantime, he said the plantation sector is one of the best sources of income to produce quality entrepreneurs. In fact, he also suggested that the profession should be raised in comparison to other job sectors and not looked down upon. The minister also said that foreign investors must be confident in the basic products commercialized in the country. Meanwhile, the country's palm oil industry is facing a labour shortage of 40,000 workers, incurring an annual export value loss of up to 7.9 billion ringgit. Offering a solution earlier in the Dewan Rakyat on Wednesday, Datuk Seri Johari Abdul Ghani suggested for surplus workers from other sectors to be transferred to the plantation sector.
Banyak daripada kita punya foreign workers yang datang ke negara kita ini, mereka dibawa masuk atas industri manufacturing dan services. Jadi bila dia masuk kat sini, sehingga kan statistik yang kita dapat bahawa dia terlebih 165,000, perkilangan, perkhidmatan 27,000. Dan mereka ini sepatutnya kalau kita boleh mobilize dia masuk dalam ladang, that will be good untuk membantu kekurangan pekerja ladang. Tapi masalah dia ialah mereka dibawa masuk atas tiket manufacturing dan juga service sector, maka mereka tak nak bekerja ke ladang.
Johari also noted that the Home and Human Resources Ministries have already stopped the quota for foreign workers' entry. His ministry is also assisting to convince surplus foreign workers to join the plantation sector. Johari said due to lack of technology or machine to perform harvesting, the reliance is mainly on skilled harvesters. The Digital Ministry is actively seeking to enhance collaboration and attract talent to propel innovation within Malaysia's rapidly evolving digital landscape. Its Minister Gobind Singh Deo stressed the importance of looking beyond financial investments for the advancements and fortification of the digital ecosystem.
Apart from capital, people are also looking at how this government can help in terms of attracting talent. So that we can improve and strengthen the ecosystem, and that's the reason why discussions like this are important. And I've also this morning made it very clear that as far as the new ministry is concerned, we are here to help, and we are going to call for more discussions, and of course see how it is we can play a role in facilitating that.
He was speaking to the media after launching Tech Nexus 2024 on Wednesday. With government initiatives, the minister said digital investment in Malaysia is on track to contribute at least 25.5% to GDP by 2025. He also highlighted the significance of open dialogue to help identify challenges, explore opportunities to accelerate the country's digital economy. Still to come, EU chief urges use of frozen Russian assets for Ukraine.
Mereka hanya ada 7 hari untuk menyempurnakannya.
Are you with me? Let's bring it in! Come on! Let's do it!
Mengubah mimpi menjadi realiti dalam satu misi membina semula rumah yang baru.
Beautiful village we're making.
Got the custom Thailand cabinets going in right now. Love it. Looking good.
Extreme Makeover Home Edition setiap Sabtu 12.30 hari. Stream sekarang ditonton dan di TV3. Menyatukan muzik dan emosi yang menggetarkan jiwa. Rentasi dunia muzik covers di AJL paling ikonik. Anugerah juara lagu 38 secara langsung dari Aziata Arena. Ahad 3 Mac 9 malam. Eksklusif di TV3 dan stream juga melalui Tonton. Sekarang dah boleh tonton favourite anda di Smart TV tahu.
Menarik di MHI sepanjang minggu.
Kita membawa isu terkini, beras putih madani. Perlukah ada kategori ini?
Kesihatan dengan penyakit tiroid jangan tak tahu ada kaitan dengan kanser.
Musim cuti persekolahan tentunya banyak tempat-tempat yang boleh kita beriadah. Tapi di kawasan pantai, berhati-hati akan bahaya arus karang.
Yang lahir tahun lompat, kita raikan anda penonton setia kami.
Bersama kami di MHI, Isnin hingga Jumaat, 9.30 pagi, hanya di TV3.
Dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
On to the foreign front. Hamas on Wednesday urged Palestinians to march to Jerusalem's Al-Aqsa Mosque at the start of Ramadan next month, raising the stakes in negotiations for a truce in Gaza, which US President Joe Biden hopes will be in place by then. The call by Hamas chief Ismail Haniyeh followed comments by Biden that there was an agreement in principle for a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas during Ramadan, with hostages are to be released. Both Israel and Hamas have played down the prospects for truce, and Qatari mediators have said the most contentious issues are still unresolved. Ismail also said his group was showing flexibility in negotiations with Israel, but at the same time was ready to continue fighting. To date, the death toll in Gaza has neared the 30,000 mark, as many others remained buried beneath the rubble of ruined buildings across the besieged enclave. The European Commission, EC, said the European Union, EU, should consider using profits from frozen Russian assets to purchase military supplies for Ukraine. Its President Ursula von der Leyen emphasized that there could be no stronger symbol and no greater use for that money than to enhance the safety of Ukraine and all of Europe. In her speech, von der Leyen previewed a new European industrial defense strategy, which her Commission will present soon, highlighting its aim to prioritize joint procurement. She stressed that the importance of rebuilding, replenishing, and modernizing member states' armed forces, acknowledging that while the threat of war for the EU may not be imminent, it is not impossible. Von der Leyen added that Europe should strive to develop and manufacture the next generation of battle-winning operational capabilities. She made it clear that greater European efforts in defense would not diminish the need for the NATO alliance. South Korea will send its military and community doctors to hospitals starting from March under an emergency healthcare program being activated to respond to a mass walkout by trainee doctors. Prime Minister Han Duck-soo also pleaded with the young doctors to return to work by a Thursday deadline set by the government. Han said the authorities would listen to the concerns and will seek measures to improve the situation from a number of perspectives. Two-thirds of the nation's residents and intern doctors had walked off the job to protest a government plan to increase the number of students admitted to medical school in a bid to address what authorities say is a shortage of doctors. The protesting young doctors argue that the government should first address pay and working conditions before increasing the number of physicians. About 9,000 doctors have joined the protest, disrupting services at large hospitals, which were forced to turn away some patients and cancel surgeries and procedures. Manchester City demolishes Luton in FA Cup. Sports after this breather.
Daripada mimpi, terciptanya melodi. Rentasi dunia Musikaverse di AJL paling ikonik, anugerah juara lagu 38. Secara langsung dari Aziata Arena, Ahad 3 Mac 9 malam, eksklusif di TV3. Dan stream juga melalui Tonton. Sekarang dah boleh tonton favourite anda di Smart TV tau.
Apabila datang, ia boleh mengambil alih kesemuanya tubuh, minda dan hidup anda. Stres bukan sekadar tekanan perasaan tetapi boleh mengancam kesihatan secara keseluruhan. Kenalilah tanda-tanda stres sejak awal dan bincang mengenainya secara terbuka. Dapatkan sokongan moral dan emosi daripada orang di sekeliling anda serta bantuan profesional di saluran yang betul. Saksikan Hello Doktor Ahad 5.30 petang di TV3.
Money Matters is back with a new season. Your key insights into finance. Money Matters. Every Saturday, 5 p.m. Only on TV3 and stream now on Tonton.
We're back with sports. Football, the English FA Cup. Erling Haaland roared back to his best form with a 5-goal salvo as Manchester City thrashed Luton Town 6-2 at Kenilworth Road on Tuesday. The prolific 23-year-old needed just 3 minutes to get his first of the night. He then added his second 15 minutes later, thanks to Kevin De Bruyne's brilliant through ball. 5 minutes before the break, the Norwegian completed his hat-trick with De Bruyne again as the provider. Luton pulled one back on the stroke of half-time through Jordan Clark's sensational long-range shot and netted again early in the second half, giving the hosts hope of a comeback. Haaland, however, stunned the stadium after slotting in another 2 goals within 3 minutes. The Belgian made 4 assists on the night, while Bernardo Silva supplied Haaland for his 5th, before Mateo Kovacic finally sealed the 6-2 victory in the 72nd minute. The citizens will have to wait until Thursday to find out their next opponents in the quarter-finals. In another match, Newcastle United avoided a potential upset at Blackburn Rovers after securing a 4-3 win on penalty shootout after the game had finished 1-1 through extra time. After a goalless first half, Anthony Gordon fired Newcastle ahead in the 71st minute. However, the lead only lasted 8 minutes when Sammy Smardix levelled for the home side, and the score remained unchanged until extra time. In the shootout, Newcastle's goalkeeper Martin Dubravka emerged as the hero after pushing away Dominic Hyam's spot kick, sealing their spot in the last 8. Victory over Blackburn means the Magpies are still in contention to win their first piece of major domestic silverware since the FA Cup in 1955. After the short break, mother pleads guilty to charge of abuse over meth-laced baby milk. Don't go away.
Di sini, melodi bertemu imajinasi.
Mempertaruhkan lagu-lagu sentuhan pencipta terbaik tanah air.
Demi merebut tahta juara, alami dunia music covers di LJL paling ikonik. Anugerah
Juara lagu
38
secara langsung dari Axiata Arena.
Ahad 3 Mac 9 malam, eksklusif di TV3 dan stream juga melalui Tonton. Sekarang dah boleh tonton favourite anda di Smart TV tau.
Mira nak kongsikan sedikit panduan keselamatan anak ketika di luar rumah. Pastikan keadaan sekeliling, pantau pergerakan anak dan jangan biarkan mereka berkeliaran jauh daripada anda. Elakkan pemakaian barang kemas yang berlebihan. Yang terakhir, boleh bawa whistle bersama. Jerit sekuat hati atau tiup whistle untuk menarik perhatian orang sekeliling sekiranya diganggu atau merasa terancam. Dapatkan pelbagai informasi bermanfaat bersama Nona setiap Ahad jam 2 petang di TV3.
Menarik di MHI sepanjang minggu.
Kita membawa isu terkini, beras putih madani. Perlukah ada kategori ini?
Kesihatan dengan penyakit tiroid jangan tak tahu ada kaitan dengan kanser.
Musim cuti persekolahan tentunya banyak tempat-tempat yang boleh kita beriadah. Tapi di kawasan pantai, berhati-hati akan bahaya arus karang.
Yang lahir tahun lompat, kita raikan anda penonton setia kami.
Bersama kami di MHI, Isnin hingga Jumaat, 9.30 pagi, hanya di TV3.
Dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Welcome back. In Selangor, a married couple has been jointly charged in the Petaling Jaya Sessions Court for allegedly abusing their baby by giving formula milk with the dangerous drug methamphetamine. The accused, 34-year-old Nabila Huda Fadli, pleaded guilty, while her husband, 40-year-old Sofian Mustafa Zin, pleaded not guilty when the charge was read out before Judge Shahliza Warno. According to the charge sheet, the couple were accused of committing the offence against their 1-year, 4-month baby in an apartment at Taman Medan Petaling Jaya on February 19th. This had caused the child to experience alleged sympathomimetic drug ingestion. The offence falls under the Child Act and the Penal Code, which carries a maximum fine of 50,000 ringgit or 20 years imprisonment or both upon conviction. The court allowed both accused a 5,000 ringgit bail and 1 surety each and ordered them to report to the nearest police station once each month. The accused were also prohibited from contacting and disturbing the witness. The court fixed March 13th for presentation of facts and judgment for the housewife, as well as the appointment of an attorney and the mention of the case for the husband. Previously, it was reported that police arrested the couple after mistakenly mixing their baby's formula milk with liquid methamphetamine. A man was arrested by police on Wednesday for allegedly beating his mother to death in her home in Kampung Jawa, Klang. Shah Alam Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Muhammad Iqbal Ibrahim said the arrest came after police had received a report regarding the incident where a woman was found dead in her home. In a statement, Iqbal said police investigations revealed that the deceased was a 56-year-old woman who was living with her husband and son, who is the suspect in the case. It was found that the deceased had a disagreement with the suspect, during which the suspect assaulted her using a pair of safety boots and an iron rod before fleeing. The suspect is a 33-year-old man who works as a barber with 2 drug-related entries in his criminal record. Urine screening test results showed that the suspect tested positive for methamphetamine and was under the influence at the time of the incident. The suspect will be remanded on Thursday morning at the Shah Alam Magistrates Court to facilitate investigation under the Penal Code for murder. In Pahang, police have confirmed the identities of the 2 bodies found in a car at a gas station in Muazzam Shah, Rampin on Wednesday. The body of 41-year-old Rohashidi Abron was found on the driver's seat, while 43-year-old Norlina Siron's body was found on the front passenger seat. Rampin Police Chief Deputy Superintendent Nur Azman Yusuf said initial investigations revealed that the victim's car had stopped at the petrol station parking lot around 6:42 a.m., with the bodies being found by the petrol station staff at about 4 p.m. Closed-circuit television CCTV footage showed that both victims did not exit the vehicle since it stopped. Investigation also found no signs of criminal activity, and all personal belongings were inside the car. Police are still waiting for the laboratory report to confirm the cause of their death. As we wrap up this edition of Nightline, let's take a look as lightning-fast drones closely track Max Verstappen as he zips around a wet Silverstone circuit. This could be a taste of what's to come for Formula One viewers, as new drone technology promises to bring the sport more up close and personal. With that, I'm Liyana Hassanel. Thank you for tuning in, and be well, Malaysia.